What is going on, guys? It is Ketch back with another video on the channel, and I thought for today's video I'd do something a little bit different insofar as it won't be a normal soccer football video like I normally do, but actually it's going to be a video where I discuss why I believe The Rock is ruining WrestleMania 40, and let's get straight into why I think this is happening. So, for those of you who don't know, Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble a week ago, earning his spot to face either Seth Rollins, the World Heavyweight Champion, or Roman Reigns, the current undisputed Universal WWE Champion, in the main event of WrestleMania 40. Now, seemingly at the end of the Royal Rumble match, Cody Rhodes was shown pointing to Roman Reigns saying, "I want you in that main event match at WrestleMania 40. In the week since the Royal Rumble, Cody has been teasing a decision to face either Roman or Seth in that time, and we believed that he was going to announce his decision on the latest episode of SmackDown. Aired yesterday if you are in Australia like I am, and Cody came out after Roman had effectively run down the World Heavyweight Championship and taunted, saying, they had to create that World Heavyweight Championship because I beat everyone else for my current championship. And then this of course brought out Cody Rhodes, who was expected to announce his decision to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. At least that's what I was thinking when Cody came out. However, then Cody went into this tangent saying, "I want that title," i.e. referring to Roman's title, because his dad held it at Madison Square Garden many years ago. The late great Dusty Rhodes, the father of Cody Rhodes. He really wasn't giving us a solid answer on which champion he would pick or not. And so anyway, as Cody's saying this, he's like going on this tangent, "Oh yeah, I'm going to pick you, Roman. I want you. I want that title." And then he goes, "But not at WrestleMania." Now this confused me and probably a lot of other people watching as well, because we all believed that was the way they were going to go in terms of a booking decision and have Cody face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. Then, however, Cody goes on to say, "I did some thinking during the week and got some counsel from someone that Roman Reigns knows very well." This in turn brought out Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and out came The Rock to a thunderous pop like he normally gets, and people were a bit confused, at least the live crowd, and me in particular. I thought he was coming out to back up Cody Rhodes' claim that he was going to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. Anyway, The Rock comes out, he does his little shtick, he poses on the turnbuckle, and then he comes into the ring. It gives Cody Rhodes a handshake and whispers something to him, of which we don't know what was said. And then at that point in time, Cody Rhodes has a look of, I'm pretty sure, a look of concern, upset, sadness, annoyance, whatever you want to say. It wasn't a happy look. He gets out of the ring and walks backstage behind the curtain. This in turn then leaves both The Rock and Roman Reigns in the ring, staring down as the cameras went off the air. And that's how the episode of SmackDown ended. Then I decided to go on social media and have a look, and that's when it all started exploding. And the reason for that, I'll explain a little further. Before I go into that, I just want to explain Cody Rhodes' 2023. You see, in 2023, Cody Rhodes did win the Royal Rumble as well. He's won it this year as well, back to back. He did choose to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39, which is in Hollywood at that point in time. Unfortunately, and probably the wrong booking decision, Cody lost that match against Roman Reigns. Now, the outcome of that is the fact that Roman's now held that title for another year and defended it probably 6 times. He's been on TV probably 12 times. What I'm trying to get at here is that Roman he's been doing what's known as a part-time schedule, only showing up when it suits him. And this is bad for business. You obviously need a champion that's going to be there showing up week in, week out. This is why they created Seth Rollins' World Heavyweight Championship, because Reigns wasn't there to defend his belt. And Cody Rhodes has gone through hell and back trying to get back to Roman Reigns. The whole point of this is that he's been on this sort of John Cena 2013 run, where he was, working his way back up to reclaiming the WWE Championship and all this sort of stuff after his loss to The Rock at WrestleMania 28. And so Cody Rhodes has been on a similar journey in terms of the last year. He beat Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. He's been beating pretty much everyone through the Raw and SmackDown rosters. And now he's come to the point where he's won the Royal Rumble this year, and everyone just assumed he'd go after Roman Reigns and finish his story. This term that's been coined in the WWE industry of Cody Rhodes finally finishing his story and winning the title his dad never could. That's all well and good if the booking is going the way we all think it is, and that's Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for the title at WrestleMania 40 in the main event, which you would think end up with Cody Rhodes winning that title off Roman Reigns and then going on to have a stellar year as champion. Unfortunately, this is where The Rock comes in. Now, a thing you have to know is that The Rock actually made an appearance on the day one episode of Raw at the start of the year. And pretty much he showed up there effectively announcing his intention to be head of the table. Now, we all thought this was a remark in facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40, but then they sort of pivoted away from that and went back to the Cody Rhodes storyline. However, in that time, The Rock has actually become a member of the TKO and WWE board, which have joined in the last year as part of Vince McMahon's sale of WWE to the TKO group. And if you don't know, TKO also own the UFC, so it's a good merger in terms of business. Now, The Rock has been made a member of the board and has been given some power status within WWE. The bad part about that is that The Rock has seemingly used this power to push Cody Rhodes out of that main event spot and push himself into a match against Roman Reigns. Now, while I myself would love to see a Rock versus Roman Reigns match, I personally don't think it needs to happen at WrestleMania 40, and I don't think it needs to be for the WWE Undisputed Universal title. It just doesn't make any storyline sense. Effectively, what they're saying is they're going, oh, the last 2 years of building up Cody Rhodes in this story is for naught because we're just going to throw The Rock in there to face Roman Reigns. Now, I see what they're doing. It's short term, it's good money making decision, but from a storyline perspective, bad move. The Rock does not need that main event spot, nor has he needed it in the last decade. The Rock is almost 50, and we don't need to see another 40-minute match of The Rock, who's clearly now past it, fighting a part-time champion who rarely shows up to defend his championship. It just makes no sense at all. And this is why it's caused such an outcry on social media, with numerous Twitter accounts and outlets deeming this decision to be a wrong move. They're going, what is going on here? This makes no sense. It's bad booking, all of the above. Even the likes of TMZ and USA Network are criticizing the decision. That's how far this has reached. And the fact that it's even reached that far, it's even got as far as Logan Paul, who's the current United States Championship, and he's playing a heel, which is a bad guy if you don't know, on television, and Cody Rhodes is a babyface or a good guy. And so with Logan Paul, he's tweeted his support to Cody Rhodes saying, "We want Cody," which has now become a unique trend on Twitter, or X if you're more X inclined. And this trend has now got so many people on it. Over 142,000 posts have been on this trend as of the last 24 to 48 hours. It's crazy how many people are on this trend and wanting Cody Rhodes to be in that main event spot of WrestleMania 40. And I think this outcry will lead to hopefully WWE reversing their decision, and it has shades to another moment in time that's very similar. So not only has this decision made Cody Rhodes' character and story look really weak and made the WWE look really foolish, but this sort of thing has happened in the past. And the one example that I've been coming to last 24 hours is that of Daniel Bryan in 2014. Now, if you don't remember, or if you've never seen it before, Daniel Bryan had been chasing the WWE title from Randy Orton and the Authority all throughout 2013 and into 2014, and we thought he was going to be the one to dethrone Randy Orton come WrestleMania 30. Unfortunately, a returning Batista was slated for that spot. Now, back then, but I loved Batista. I grew up with Batista in the sort of ruthless aggression era, the years of 2005 to 2008, when Batista was in his prime. Unfortunately, that Batista at that point in time wanted to come back as a bad guy, but Vince McMahon, who was in charge of creative at the time, decided he'd become a good guy again and challenge Randy Orton at WrestleMania 30. However, the fans had already organically ordained Daniel Bryan as the new face of the company and wanted him to be the champion post WrestleMania 30. Daniel Bryan's fans, they did everything. They hijacked every show. They chanted for Daniel Bryan. They threw up his yes chant, constantly chanting his name whenever it suited them. So much to the point where in the end they inserted Daniel Bryan back into that WrestleMania 30 main event against Batista and Randy Orton, and Daniel Bryan came up on top and won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at that. The reason I bring that up is this Daniel Bryan story is very similar to what Cody Rhodes is now facing now, with The Rock politicking his way into this and even wanting to beat Roman Reigns. It just makes Cody Rhodes' story look really bad. And so I believe that with fan support and social media engagement, hopefully Cody Rhodes should get that main event spot at WrestleMania 40 back in his name again. The issue being is that I think a lot of factors are playing against him at the moment. The Rock has just recently come onto that board membership position, and so the TKO group want to make him feel as comfortable as possible but at the same time they're sacrificing all the hard work they've put into this story for the last 2 years. So it doesn't make any sense. It makes Cody Rhodes look really, really bad and really, really weak. And so I think, you know, over the next couple of weeks, WrestleMania 40 is still another 60 days away. I think we'll see where the story does eventually pivot to, and I hope it really goes back to Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns in that main event, because that's the story everyone wants to see. I think whether WWE and TKO see it that way, it remains to be seen. Triple H is currently overseeing creative at the moment, and you would think he's quite a smart person and would see this and go, right, we're putting that main event back as it was. It's still a long way to go to WrestleMania 40, so everything's up in the air at this current point in time. I think CM Punk injuring his tricep injury, his triceps I should say, at the Royal Rumble doesn't help, as it probably shifted plans to have The Rock come in. I believe The Rock was saying because of this injury to CM Punk, he needed to come in and save WrestleMania. But I think The Rock needs to understand WrestleMania has moved on with him. Wrestling world has moved on without him. I don't think we need The Rock back in a main event spot anymore. He can come back and do his normal shtick and, you know, come back every now and then to do whatever he does, but I don't think he needs to be there in the main event spot ruining someone else who's worked so hard for it over the last 2 years. I mean, just look at Cody Rhodes. He is the ultimate good guy. He helps out with children's charities. He's there at live events when most people are going home still signing autographs and taking photos with fans. So I think that organic relationship with the fans has really helped win him over. And I think the crowning moment for Cody should be at WrestleMania 40, and it is beating Roman Reigns' historical title reign, which currently sits at 1,253 days, I believe it is. So that is the route they need to go. And I think The Rock coming in definitely usurps all that and ruins it. And that is why I believe The Rock is ruining WrestleMania 40. Have a good day, guys. See ya. Bye-bye.